My family showed up 14 years ago, almost 14 years ago. August will be 14 years that at the time the church was called River City Worship Center. And we showed up as the student pastors, and since that time have witnessed God doing amazing things that have far exceeded our expectations, like crazy far exceeded our expectations. And so for the past 10 years, my wife and I, our family, has served in some capacity as the lead pastors of Hope City Church or River City Worship Center, whatever you'd like to call it. And after a lot of prayer and fasting and discussions with the leaders at the church, we are in unanimous agreement about a next season, a next step. Because what I began to do and what we began to do is to say, okay, God, it has been 10 years. It's been a decade. It's been 10 years, God. And this has been an amazing 10 years. Not an easy 10 years, but an amazing 10 years. And so, God, what is next? What does the next 10 look like? And so praying, fasting, talking about it, meeting together, the leadership, the elder, the staff, we're all in unanimous agreement that it's time to do something new. It's time to do something new. We all agree that we could stay where we are because honestly, just being truthful, we really like where we are. Like, this is great. This is the highlight of my week. I love Sunday mornings. I don't know how you feel, but I can't wait till Sundays. I love coming here. I love seeing your face. I love how we do this. I love the room. It's just an amazing thing. We love the way that we have church, but we also know that whatever God has next is always better than what we have now. And so our prayer has been, God, whatever new thing you're doing next, we want to see it. And we want to have the courage to act. And so we believe that God has answered that prayer in a very clear way. Not quickly. It's been months and months and months and months of work. But God has answered that prayer in a very clear way. And I'm excited to share that with you. Today, we are announcing the start of the One More Matters campaign. One More Matters is a 24-month initiative to enable our church to more effectively reach the people we care about. And our heart is based on Acts 15:19, where James stood up and said, we believe that we should make it as easy as possible for people who are turning to God. And we have just grabbed a hold of that as a church and said, how can we make it easier for people who are turning to God? Man, what the worst thing that could ever happen is that like we get to heaven, and I don't know if it works like this, but it does in the country song, so we'll just go with it. And God would say, man, Jason, why'd you make it so hard? I don't want that. Let's just make it as easy as possible. And so we believe in order to do that even more effectively, that we need to take some significant steps. What we do now is good. It's really good. But what God wants to do is better. So over the next 24 months, we are raising $1.5 million to accomplish two dreams that God has put in our heart. And we're going to talk more about the money in a second. But before we talk about the money, I just want to tell you about these two projects that God has put in our heart and why we're even doing this campaign to begin with, all right? So the first project as a part of this One More Matters campaign we're really excited about, and that is that in September of 2018, this year, in September of this year, we will be launching our second Hope City Church location in Shepherdsville, Kentucky. I'm really excited about that. This will be a fully functioning Hope City Church with live worship, full kids classes, a full-time pastor. The sermons will predominantly be a live video stream of me speaking here at this location. And so when you attend the Shepherdsville location, you will get the full Hope City Church experience, okay? You'll get the full experience. And so we believe that a second location in Shepherdsville is the right step for us for several reasons. Number one, we have about 100 people in our church database that have a Bullitt County address. And so we didn't just like throw a dart at a map. We started with, where are our people? Where are our Hope City people coming from? And a lot of them are coming from Bullitt County. And so that made total sense for us. And we love, everybody's welcome here. You can drive in from wherever. But we do believe that at some level, a church should have a local element to it. And so this location will give an opportunity for those people to have church in their backyard. And most importantly, will give them a better opportunity to invite the people that they care about to come to church with them. Because there are some people who will drive 25 or 30 minutes with you, but not a lot of them. And so now they can do that. Secondly, we have far exceeded the original intent of this building. This is an amazing blessing from God. It was built in 1974. It is debt-free. We do not owe anything on it. It's amazing. But we have also far exceeded the original intent. When they built this building, they never imagined this scene right here, okay? And so there are more people in this service right now than they were in the whole church when they built the building. And so by launching Shepherdsville, we will create the space needed. Most of you are 10 o'clock people. At our 11:30, we've run out of chairs. We've asked them to move to this service. Some of you have helped us with that. And so this is going to allow us, by sending families to Shepherdsville, this will allow us to create more space so that families in South Louisville can be a part of the church. Number 3, reason why we're going to Shepherdsville is because Bullitt County is the most unchurched county in the state of Kentucky. Currently, there are 70,000 residents in Shepherdsville. By 2020, they're predicting that there will be 100,000. We've already got a Starbucks, Panera, and Walmart. Come on, we're on our way. We're on our way. And so it is a rapidly growing community, really like all of Bullitt County, honestly. And so we believe that this booming community needs the opportunity to be shared the real hope of Jesus. And we don't want to be a church that says, come to us. We want to be a church that says, we'll come to you. And so we're doing that. We're doing that. Over the last 10 years, we have helped plant churches in Louisville and all over the country. We've given hundreds of thousands of dollars to help plant churches. So we're not sending a Hope City Church to Shepherdsville because we're the Savior. We want to be a part of what God is already doing there. There's already some amazing churches there, and we just want to be a part of that because if everybody decided to go to church, they don't have enough. And so we want to go there and continue to help plant other churches together. And so starting in April, we will have monthly meetings together. You can call them launch meetings, core team meetings, whatever, to help launch Shepherdsville. And you're going to be hearing more about that in the coming weeks. But if you live anywhere in Bullitt County, Hillview, near that direction, it's obviously your choice. We're not making you do that, but we would love for you to be a part of helping us launch that church. Maybe you drive around the Snyder and you feel there's something inside of you that says, man, I would really love to do that. Maybe you're in the Bardstown area. That's a no-brainer for you. Some of you guys drive from even farther than that. We love you. We're helping you. We're coming your way, all right? So you'll hear more about that, okay? So that's the first project for One More Matters is that in September there will be a second Hope City Church location. We'll still be here. I hope you didn't hear that like we're moving the church to Shepherdsville. That's not what we're doing. We'll be here and we'll be there. Okay? Second project as part of One More Matters is that we here at South Louisville, we are either doing a major renovation to this facility or we will be relocating this facility to another location in South Louisville. And the reason that I can't definitively tell you what we will do is because we don't definitively know. And I want to be honest with you and let you know what's happening in the decision-making process. And so we are not actively looking for another location. We're probably leaning towards renovating, but we're also praying, God, if you have something else out there, we want to see it, and we want to be willing to go there. And so our desire is that we would pay cash, do a major renovation here to be able to have a church that could have 500 or so people, especially in our kids' rooms. You know, a few weeks ago, we had 17 4-year-olds in the class. That's a lot, 4-year-olds. One of the teachers said, honestly, we're not even teaching at that point. We're just hurting. Like we're just trying to keep them together. And so we need some help with that. And so we haven't made a final decision on that, but we know that God is up to something. And so we're beginning to put together the process, figure out what that looks like. We are committed to the south end of Louisville. We are committed to the south end of Louisville. And we want to be here, we will be here, and we want this to be the place for the people that you care about the most to come to church. And so we'll be doing that here, okay? launching a second location, renovating or relocating our current location is what we believe that God is calling us to do at Hope City Church. And so in order to do that, we have to raise the money in order to move forward. And that is where the One More Matters campaign comes in. We're raising $1.5 million to complete both projects, and we're asking everyone who calls Hope City Church home to participate. And so we want you to prayerfully consider and ask God, how can I be a part of this? To stretch yourself, whether you've been here 6 weeks or 6 years or 60 years. If you would say, yeah, this place is my home. This is church for me because this is a place that they made it easy for me to find God. And I know and care about people who need that experience as well. Then if this is your home, then we would love for you to prayerfully consider this. And so to help you as you pray for this, we also want to tell you one more thing, that you were given a prayer guide, a 14-day prayer guide. And this is yours to keep. Obviously, take this home. And for the next 14 days, you can work through this prayer guide and different themes for the day that will help you just pray and work through your heart on that. And this Wednesday night, everybody say this Wednesday night. This Wednesday night, we're going to be having a time of prayer here at the church. If you've ever been a part of our Wednesday night prayer gatherings, that's what it'll be like. Our team will lead us in a little bit of worship. We'll have some different things to pray about. We're not taking up an offering. It's praying about the campaign, but we're not collecting anything. It's just a time of prayer for us together, praying about Shepherdsville, praying about here, praying about Easter, praying about the people that we love and we care about, okay? I have been waiting to share this with you for months, and my hope is not that we would just stack bricks on top of each other. My hope is that you would experience God in a way like you've never experienced him before, because you're about to make a decision to trust him in a way that you've never trusted him before. And if you have questions or conversations you'd like to have with me, I will take every one of those, or any of our leadership. We'll do that to help you get the confidence that you need to take some steps of faith. And we're just believing that God is going to exceed our expectations. Amen.